What up? What up? What up? Top of the top. Who up in here? ASAP Auto. What up? What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Harlem Double. What's popping? ABGBK all day. Kathy 58. What's up? How y'all this morning? Hopefully everybody good. We back at it again. What up, Maryland Melatonin Network? My boy Allen, what's up? I see y'all pulling up real early, locked and loaded. Y'all already know. We get up early and we, you know what I'm saying, we get on our grind. Then we continue on with the day. Y'all already know. But the hardest thing is getting out the bed. That's the hardest thing. You know what I'm saying? But once we up, we get to it. AP Wiz, what up? What's the word? It's been a long weekend. I know some of y'all was chilling yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday was a holiday. But it was a regular day. Y'all know that. But I know the kids was home yesterday. Stuff like that. You know, people had off from work. You know, we got to work every day. We got to grind. That's how it is. They say when you black, you always got to hustle for your scratch every day. You know what I'm saying? You got to hustle for that bread. That's how it go. Anybody from the hood already know this. What's up, Cracky? Jamula, what up? And we back at it, man. I'm gonna be touching on some things, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the For No Fame live episode 110. $110. Thank y'all for pulling up and listening to this video. And today, today might be called the Florida episode, because you know it's always something going down in Florida, some kind of way. It's like Florida and New York be neck to neck when it comes to certain things, certain crimes, or certain behavior. That's a fact. But I'm gonna be touching on a few things today, man. I'm gonna be touching on a couple of things. And the first thing, or one of the things I will be touching on, is Antonio Brown proves that he was hurt. He showed the proof. But the point I'm going to make today is, y'all remember when Antonio ran off that field in New York City at the Jets game, everybody said that he was crazy. Everybody said he had a mental health issue. And I told you, man, whenever you keep it real nowadays, they're gonna automatically say you got mental health problems. There's something wrong with you. When you go against the grain and you stand on your square, they're gonna say you crazy. We already had this conversation, man, but we got more proof. Y'all know I come with that proof. And y'all also know, people that been listening to me, y'all know from day one I said Antonio Brown, is nothing wrong with that man's brain. I told you ain't nothing wrong with him. But I told you that's the new thing. If you try to be solid and you go against the grain, they're gonna say you clout chaser, or they're gonna say you got mental health issues. One of the two. They're gonna try to make you out to be a liar and a fraud. They're gonna try to make you like you ain't nobody. Don't listen to him. He crazy. Something wrong with him. That's the new thing that's been going on for a little minute. But Antonio Brown has provided the proof. And he said, F Tom Brady. Straight up, that's what he said. I'm also going to be getting into Tasha K. Not too much, but she claims she ain't got it. She ain't got that $4 million she owe CARDI. You heard? See that? That's why I'm showing you how all this slander stuff is coming to an end. People are getting exposed for their slander and their fake lies. When they're making the money off the lies, it's all good. But you know, when you G-check them and you prove them to be fake, they're gonna act like they ain't know what they was doing, or they're gonna act like what I do. In this situation right here, Tasha K, I ain't got it. I ain't got the bread. All that money you made slandering that woman, now you ain't got the money. See? Showing you the behavior that's been going on. Mr. X, what up? Jay Brown. That's what the whole point of this whole Cardi B situation is to let everybody know, don't let people play with your name. Don't let nobody play with your name. That's the whole point of this whole matter. Don't let nobody play with your name. Some people gonna sue you, and some people will put hands on you when you play with their name. Either way, they're gonna make it hard for you, because you shouldn't be so easily or so quick to speak down on somebody's name, especially when you don't have no facts. So I'm gonna be touching on that. I'm also gonna be touching on, which some of y'all might have heard already, about the Florida woman, the old lady, the old woman, the bitter old bitch that stabbed her man up 140 times and whacked him in the head with a meat cleaver. I'm gonna be talking about that. I'm also going to be talking about how Whack 100 says Kodak Black was shot over what he said about Nipsey Hussle, Lauren London, whatever. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be talking about how Casanova went to social media and reveals how he was locked down in a box. Solitary confinement, for those that don't know. He was locked down in a box for a month. And he says that's why, we haven't been hearing from him. And to be honest, I know, I'm gonna be real. I kind of feel bad for Casanova. Even though he might have been bragging, whatever, it don't matter. My point is this, man. It's like this, man. He threw his whole career down the drain, and now he in the box. He's not only locked up, he in the box. He's been in the box. People that know about the box know that's inhumane conditions. But the point of the matter is, it's sad because we got to look at it, an example how, you try to make it out the hood, then you get in position to make it out the hood, and then you end up back in the box. So that's why I said this Casanova situation is sad. And in my opinion, I know nobody perfect, but I'm not happy that man is in the box. That don't make me feel no better because that man has met his destruction. It's a sad situation because it shows us that even when you get success, you got to know what to do with it, man. You can end up right back to where you started from. And that's what a lot of these topics I'm touching on got to do with. But for those who know about sports, y'all know about what happened with Juwan Howard, how he got suspended for smacking that coach the other day. So he's another one that made it, got to a certain level, and now he might be throwing that down the drain because he want to smack a coach. And when you're a coach, you're supposed to be a leader to your team. And this is the second time he got in trouble for that. And I'm also going to be talking about ghost guns because y'all know it's a war on ghost guns. And, the boys, the three-letter gangs, starting with the F and the A, they announced the war on guns. And they've been catching people with a lot of ghost guns. But before I get into that, I'm also going to tell you about a group of inspiring New York drill rappers went viral yesterday after posting a video on TikTok showing themselves pistol whipping two teenagers. Once again, allegedly, if this was drill rappers, if it wasn't, they automatically saying it was drill rappers on TikTok, and they got the guns to the head of two teenagers for clout or whatever. Well, I'm going to talk about that. Other than that, man, we about to get into the business. Salute to the chat. And I'm going to talk about all these topics, and I'm going to tie all of it together. Y'all know how I do. So like I said, let's go. Antonio Brown. Y'all know about Antonio Brown, and y'all know about people with that last name Brown, always in some type of trouble, always in some type of controversy. We already know that. But Antonio Brown has now proven that he was hurt for real. Y'all see the little x-ray right there? You go look it up yourself. This also was reported by TMZ. And y'all know TMZ always got the facts. They know everything. I ain't never gonna forget how I'm never gonna forget when 2 Chainz got robbed out in Cali. And he tried to lie, said that happened, and then TMZ pulled out that footage. Ever since then, I've been respecting their gangster. I'm gonna be real, because they be pulling everybody card, and I think TMZ is a 3-letter gang too. They just the video aspect of it. I think TMZ is the boys too. But anyway, TMZ has revealed the true story, or Antonio Brown has provided the true story, that they was trying to make that man play hurt. They was trying to make him play hurt. And allegedly, Tom Brady lied to that man and told him he was going to throw him the ball. But, Antonio Brown, we heard about how he was due a certain amount of money. And he felt like they was trying to set him up for failure. And now, once again, we got proof. So we're going to get into this real quick. Now, Antonio Brown proves that he was hurt. He shared an x-ray of his ankle and spoke how the Bucs coach, Bruce Arians, wanted him to play hurt. And he also was told by Tom Brady, if he played, he going to throw him the ball. You did? So Antonio Brown, he claims that the Bucs team tried to intentionally mess his career up. In his opinion, they purposely tried to get him hurt. And Brown also claims that Brady was in on the whole thing. He says Tom Brady convinced him to play injured and promised to throw him the ball. And we know by now that by halftime, he didn't throw Antonio the ball not one time. So that's why Antonio Brown, he told Tom Brady and his coach to get the F out of here. And he said, F all y'all MFers. He basically cursed them out. Now, once again, we got to talk about this story because in 2022, a lot of people like to, they like to throw dirt on people's name, slander them, talk reckless without no proof. And a lot of people said that Antonio Brown has mental health issues. They said he was a loon ball. They said he was stupid. They said he was lying. All because he decided to stick up for himself. All Antonio Brown did, like I said before, was what anybody that's real would do. He humbled himself to play for the Bucs. He played his position. He took a lot of critique, but the point of the matter is, they was always the media was still trying to pick with him. But remember that game. He was supposed to get the ball thrown him, as Tom Brady told him. He stayed to halftime, but once he realized they was trying to play him, he threw his equipment off and he ran out the stadium to violate them on camera. He did it on purpose. That part he did was to embarrass them. Basically saying, y'all are frauds, y'all trying to play me, now I'm going to play y'all back. And he walked off the field and embarrassed them. He embarrassed them as an organization. Now, let's be real. That same day, that next day, the media went on for a slant. They was dissing that man a whole week. And I told y'all that they was going to make sure that all the so-called black reporters was going to have something bad to say about Antonio Brown. And that's exactly what they did, from Shannon Sharp, Stephen A., all of them. Every black sportscaster, analyst has something to say about Antonio Brown, how he's a weirdo, he's foul, he walked out on his team. Everybody has something to say. People online ran to say Antonio Brown losing his mind, he got mental health issues. Did not everybody say that about Antonio Brown? And didn't some of y'all believe that he was actually crazy? But it was a few people like myself who told you that man is not crazy. He's not stupid. So whenever you're not stupid, you get called crazy. Or they said something wrong with you. But no, the man provided proof how he had a slight tear in his ankle. His ankle was fractured. His foot was fractured, whatever you want to call it. He provided the x-ray proof. And he said, F Tom Brady and F Bruce Arians, the coach, and F the Bucs. And it just shows you how, once again, this is my point. After all of that slander they did against that man, after all of that disrespect, I bet you nobody's going to go back and apologize on national TV about what they said about him. That's my whole point. People will dish you, you know, capitalize off you, put you in the gutter, make money while they're doing it too. And then when they apologize, they're not even going to apologize for one. And for two, when they proving that they're wrong, they're not going to go that hard to prove, you know, to apologize. And I was talking about this yesterday with the Chris Brown and all, with any celebrity, any type of slander situation on even on regular people, the people that go hard to dirty your name, when your name get cleared, they're not going to go back and apologize. They're going to act like it never happened. But meanwhile, when it's in real time, it's all funny, it's joking games, people getting off at, you know, at your demise. When you prove them wrong, they want to hide, or they shut up, or they get low. That's what happens. Salute to the chat. I see y'all. I will be getting to y'all. Y'all already know. But that's why I be trying to tell people, right? It's Antonio Brown today, but tomorrow it could be you. It could be you. It could be you at your job. It could be you on the block. It could be you anywhere where somebody just wake up one day, they mad at you, they pissed with you, and they want to play with your name. And they want to put you on blast on social media. Y'all know that. Y'all know people, you might fall out with them. They want to go to Facebook, try to put you on blast. They run to the gram, try to put you on blast. That's really a coward tactic. It's a sucker move, but now that's trendy. So we got to understand that, boom. They tried to slander Antonio Brown and say that he walked out on his team. He's not a good team player. He should appreciate that Tom Brady put him on the team. He should be a happy nigga. He should be, yes, a Boston and proud that Brady put him on the team. He shouldn't do that to Tom Brady. But what happened? Come to find out, Tom Brady was trying to set that man up for failure. Gassed him up to play, promised him he was going to throw him the ball, and did not throw him the ball for over 2 quarters, to the point where they were losing to the bum Jets. That's why you got to rewind it. The Jets was straight bums when they played them at this game, and Brady didn't even throw Antonio the look. You got to remember, they was losing to the Jets. The Jets was blowing them out. And Brady said in his mind he'd rather lose to the Jets than throw Antonio Brown the ball. So once Antonio Brown peeped game, he kindly walked away because he knew they was trying to play him. And that's when he knew Brady was a liar. And Antonio Brown feels like they was trying to set him up, because y'all got to remember, like they say, allegedly, he was supposed to get a certain amount of catches to get, to get that extra bonus. They also could have been trying to get him hurt to get him out the NFL for good. But the point of the matter is, Antonio Brown, he got slandered for a whole week. And my main point is, they said this man had mental health issues. Do you understand when somebody say that about you? They basically saying everything you say out your mouth is irrelevant. They saying that you're delusional. They saying that you should not be listened to. And they basically saying you a weirdo in a lot of cases. And that's why they made sure they show him with his shirt off, running around like he was crazy. But no, that's why I put him back up here with his shirt off, to show you he wasn't crazy. He threw off that jersey, and then he threw, certain things to the fans that the fans, maybe later on they can auction it, whatever. He was throwing his belongings to the fans. Like, how they throw their jerseys to the crowd. They throw, sometimes in NBA, they throw their headbands, their wristbands to the crowd. That's what Antonio Brown was doing. But instead of the Bucks admitting what happened, they try to lie and flip it on him and say he wasn't a good teammate. So I want to show you how this man came with the proof that nothing was wrong with him. And he said, F Tom Brady, F Bruce Arians. You know what I'm saying? And he said, F all you MFers. So now there you have it. Another case of people proven to be frauds and liars. But that's what go on. So salute to Antonio Brown for holding it down, speaking his piece, and proving the people wrong. You did? Don't never let nobody play with your name. Mr. X, what up? 1090 Bory, what's poppin', homie? Grown man talk, grown man P. Salute my brother. I see you slid up in here early. But yeah, bro, you know we had these conversations about Antonio Brown, and now Antonio Brown has proven with facts that he was hurt. So once again, we see how a man was being made a mockery at other people's expense, you know, because people did get paid off of dissing him for a whole week straight. They got, you know, they probably got a bonus. Stephen A probably got a bonus, and all the black reporters for dissing him. Because you got to remember, when you're looking at these sports channels, they always got to get the so-called black man to say the worst stuff. Because if somebody white says it, it's going to be looked at as racist. So that's why you're always going to see the black man always going to say the foulest stuff. Like, it's so easy to peep the game. Like, for those that watch, you know, Shannon Sharp are always diss the person that's black, allegedly, and then Stephen, you know, Skip Bayless will take their side. Basically, Skip Bayless speak up for the black people, and Shannon will bash the black people. The same thing when you watch ESPN. You know, Stephen A would diss the black people, and Max Kellerman would take up for the black people. See the game they played? But my point of the matter is, a lot of those black analysts, you know, the ones that's paid to do their job of critiquing the game, their whole job is to bash black people. That's what they get paid for. And then they're the same ones always got to apologize and take the heat when they're wrong, because they be set up most of the time. But my point is this. He proved them wrong with proof, as you see the x-ray. And you can go look it up yourself. That's what time it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what time it is. Slander, slander, slander. And like I said, people will slander you for money, but when they're wrong, they're not going to go apologize at all. Which leads me to Tasha K. And I know Tasha K is a lot of y'all auntie, so don't get mad at me. All right? I don't got nothing against Tasha K. But in my opinion, she's a bird. Like I said, she started out cool, but she got big-headed. And she was campaigning too hard, trying to diss Cardi B and slander her name. She went too hard. And she didn't have no proof. Because I'm going to show you the formula, right? This is what they do. Sometimes when people slander somebody, if they feel like that person don't answer them back, and if they just so happen to get a little check and they see the money, they say, man, them numbers went up when I spoke about so-and-so. When they see that money coming in at a certain way, they say, wow, I need to talk about that some more. And then they go back and talk some more, and they go talk some more, and then they see how that money be clicking, and they just don't know how to stop. Well, in my opinion, allegedly, that's what Tasha K did. That's why her whole claim to fame, a lot of y'all didn't even know about until she started dissing Cardi B. That's when a lot of y'all found out who she was. I knew about her before then. I knew about her before she was even selling the wine. You dig? That's my whole point. When you're on YouTube, you know about everybody when you're really on here like that. But the point of the matter is, now she's saying she don't got Cardi B money. And we know she could be fronting, she could be capping. She might really do have a lot of money. We don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. But the point of the matter is, now she's trying to play the humble role. Or I call it the dumb out role, when you act like you don't know what's going on, you act like you don't know what you did. So, you know, according to an interview she did the other day, she tried to say it in a joking matter, you know. She was on a platform called the Social Society. And she says, I ain't got it. And we all know that there's a famous line black people say when they owe you some money. Or people in the hood, shall I say. When they owe you some bread, they're going to say, I ain't got it. And in some situations, that might get you beat up or smoked. But anyway, while talking on a Social Society show, Tasha K was asked about paying Cardi B the $3.8 million she was ordered to pay after losing the defamation lawsuit. And Kendra G asked Tasha K, y'all see how they all jack Cardi B name? I want y'all to see that. Cardi B, Tasha K, Kendra G. You see that? Take the first name and you put an initial behind it. They all jack Cardi B swag anyway. Tasha K, you jack Cardi B swag from the gate. I'm showing you how people will clone you in a slick way. Her name wasn't Tasha something else. It had to be Tasha K, like Cardi B. You get it? And a woman that interviewed Tasha K, her name is Kendra G. They all fucking be cloning each other. Anyway, Kendra G asked Tasha K, do you even have that amount of money to pay in this lawsuit? Is Tasha K worth that amount of money to pay that? And we all know that Tasha K is the mother of 2 kids. She got 2 children. She says, listen, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. Don't ask me for no money. I ain't got it. You see that? Sound like a bird to me. But Tasha K continued, but listen, we have business things in place that takes care of things like this. But of course, this appellate court and this appellate court, basically she's saying they're going to appeal it in court. This is a typo. This is from the Shade Room. Y'all know it. Y'all know about the Shade Room. Y'all know they be messy, man. Anyway, she basically was saying she's going to appeal it in court. And the Supreme Court is in process with this right now, referring to her appeal. And at the end of the day, right, she was asked about, about her bread. She was asked about her YouTube checks. And she replied, it's good, but I got 2 cheering. She said it just like that, 2 cheering. Not 2 children, 2 cheering. Because Tasha K think as long as she be ignorant and talk like a bird, she's going to get paid by a certain following a woman. So you got to understand her ignorance, or when she portrays to be ignorant, that's part of her promotional scheme. That's part of her gimmick. And I know everybody got a gimmick. I got my gimmicks too. But my point is, Tasha K likes to play ignorant and stupid. That's how she get her money. So my point is, that's why I call her a bird. She's been, put it like this. Y'all, those who watch Tasha K, y'all see when she do serious interviews, you see how serious she is. You see her professionalism. But you see, if she's not doing a professional interview, she acts like she ratchet because that's her gimmick. And people do that when they feel like the people that watch them are stupid, they'll act stupid on purpose because they think you like that. Like me, I know when I turn up and I diss people that like that. Then there's people that like me for the information I bring. So I know what time it is. So I'm just telling you what I know. So Tasha K likes to act ignorant or act like a bird because she feel like the chicks from the hood like that. They like that gossipy, messy tea. So that's why she plays that role, all right? And my point of the matter is she played that role for money. But when things got real, she don't want to play that game no more. And that's why I'm going to show you how people talk out both sides of their mouth. One minute she's saying she ain't got it. Then when they ask about her YouTube checks, she tried to say they was good money. They good. Basically, she don't want to admit that she broke. She don't want to make it look like she ain't got nothing going on. So she gonna say the YouTube checks look good. But you can't play that game with me because I already know when you owe, you already owe. And they're gonna be watching you forever and clocking your dollars and income. And it also shows you that once you're in a hole, you in a hole. So I heard people talk about, it's ways she can go around without paying. It don't matter. The fact of the matter is you play with that woman's name, you got exposed, and you lost a lot of clout and you lost a lot of credibility. So in the future, let's say if Tasha K could have did some big things, maybe some big things she could have did in the future is in jeopardy because now nobody might not want to do no business with her because she already owes Cardi B and she done pissed off Cardi B and Cardi B got clout. So let's just say if Tasha K did have a big deal on the table or somebody behind the scenes was planning on working with her in the future, now they say hands off. Because now you're considered a fraud. And you got to understand the game of journalism, you can't be making up stories on people. Once you're a journalist and you get exposed as a liar, you mess up your credibility as a journalist. Because some of y'all don't get it. This ain't no Tasha K hate. My point of the matter is she made money off dissing this woman with no facts, saying that she had what? A disease. She said this woman had herpes. Straight lying, made money off it, and now she want to play the humble role. I ain't got it. I ain't got the money. I got 2 children. Talking like a slave. You see that? But I'm going to show y'all something how, once again, she's another person exposed for lying on people. And that's what everybody likes to do. It's the people that lie on you, make money off it, then they don't want to apologize, or they don't want to look wrong. Because you know why? It messes up their future money. It's people that get on here and straight lie to you with a straight face. Then when they get caught lying, they're going to act like nothing ain't never happened. Like the show just it goes on like you stupid. So we see this pattern of people doing the same thing. And a lot of y'all want to know why the world is the way it is, because fake people are in position. Most of the people that's in position of authority or voice, they are fake. So you got to always look at them with the side view. You always got to look into what they're trying to tell you, because sometimes they feel like when you quiet that you accept their BS and they don't know when to shut up and stop lying. And I'm going to show you another trend of these liars that get paid off lying too. That's what they do. But my point is, Tasha K, you need to pay that girl her money. All right? You made a lot of money for about 4 years dissing that girl. You need to pay her something. That's my opinion. And like I said, you a bird. Because you always trying to play that ignorant role because it's convenient. And you another one that thought YouTube is the all in all to life. Like YouTube gonna make you rich, or you gonna be on YouTube forever. I'm just showing y'all how it's a pattern that's going on. Of people dissing people, getting paid off it, lying on people, getting paid. And then when you G-check them, they want to start copping a plea, or they want to act like, I know, my bad. No, everything ain't my bad. Some people are going to slap fire out your face. Some people are going to take you to court. You know, some people are going to really try to put hands and feet on you when you play with their name. So let this be a lesson to stop playing with people's name. And if you are going to play with people's name and get paid off it, at least have enough sense to put some of that money up. Be smart. That's all I'm saying, Tasha K. And it is what it is. I ain't going to go hard on Tasha K. But my point of the matter is, she says, I ain't got it. She said it repeatedly, I ain't got it. See that? You probably don't got it. But Cardi B fixed your ass, didn't she? And used you for free promotion. That's how it go. So we got Antonio Brown that was lied on, slandered, called crazy. And he proved it to be a lie. Tasha K slandered Cardi B, made money off it, and she got proved to be a lie. And there's a whole lot of others doing the same thing. And I'm going to touch on some of them too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me talk about Wack 100 real quick, because he's another one. And I ain't going to talk too long about him because he's irritating. And I know he's some of y'all big homies, some of y'all OG. He's some of y'all daddy in the back of y'all mind. Wack 100 is your father or your big brother. No disrespect, but I know a lot of y'all be online looking for role models. And I don't want to disrespect none of y'all role models. But Wack 100 is another troll. Like I said, he's a troll, a grown-ass troll. And he says that Kodak Black was shot over what he said about Laura London and Nipsey Hussle. Y'all know that situation when, you know, Nipsey Hussle passed away and Kodak Black was clout chasing. He tried to get at Laura London, whatever he said. Y'all know he was clout. But y'all know Kodak Black is a fool. And I ain't saying what he did was right neither. But this is my whole point about Mr. Wack 100. Because I told you he is whack and he ain't 100. Sometimes he speak real, but most of the time he speak fraud. And you heard the saying that Stephen A. say, even a broke clock is right twice a day. That's Wack 100. He's right sometimes, but most of the time he's off. So let me keep that point real right there. Now, Wack 100 says on Clubhouse that Kodak Black was shot in California over what he said about Nip. Boom. Now, two things I'm going to say about that. If it is true, that means, nigga, you snitching. For one, how do you know who did it? How you know it was over, for one? For two, if it was true, you snitching. But you the same one campaigning about people snitching. I'm showing you two side talking snake tongue niggas. Showing you. Let's just say Kodak Black did get smoked over what he said about Nip. Well, WAC 100 ran the clubhouse and put all that information on blast, which could start an investigation. See that? But y'all get at a pass. See? I'm going to show y'all how y'all deal with fraudulent behavior. You give everybody a pass that you love, and people you don't like, you want to campaign against them. No, I'm going to put everybody together. I'm going to call it how I see it. I might be standing next to you today. You do some fraud, I'm a moonwalk, nigga. I'm a moonwalk right away from you. You dig? That's how I rock. I could have just been with you yesterday. Last night. You do something fraudulent and you get exposed and it's true, I'm a moonwalk right away from you, boy. But y'all niggas are standing and start dancing with them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stand next to a fraud and you'll dance with them. And then when somebody over there do the same thing, you want to go hard at them. But you don't understand. You dealing with the same people. It's just that some people wear it on their sleeve and some people are masters of hiding it. Some people are so slick and swift with hiding their fraudulent behavior, you'll never even peep game because they swift with it. You got people that have mastered being fake. They got like a degree in that, like a college degree. Some niggas got degrees in how to be fake and how to deceive you. And then some of y'all are so stupid you don't ever peep game and you keep getting tricked. That's why you got agents. An agent is an individual that can trick you. He is so slick and cunning, you'll sell an agent 73 guns like the dude in New York because he thought he was real. Agents are slick at what they do, man. That's why they get paid to do what they do, deceive you, trick you. They're not nothing to play with. I'm not saying WAC is an agent. I'm just showing you how he talks two ways out of his mouth. He'll campaign. This person snitch. Well, where the paperwork? Oh, this person that person this. And he got on Clubhouse and said like he got all the answers. He know everything. That the reason why Kodak Black got shot was over what he said about Nipsey Hussle. When I heard that he got into it allegedly with another rapper named Pressure, whatever you want to call it, and their team got into a beef, and that's what the shooting happened over, allegedly. That's what I heard, allegedly. And somebody chain got snatched. But my point is this. Okay, Mr. WAC 100. Let's say he did get shot over what he said about Nipsey Hussle. Let's just say that. Let's say that the Lokes at the party seeing Kodak Black and tried to tear his head off. Let's just say that. Because that's what you said according to you, right? Let's just say that's true. Well, if it is true, nigga, you just got on Clubhouse and snitched on the game. Showing you, man. I'm just showing y'all. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to diss. No, I'm showing you how dudes be talking two ways out their mouth. Lying, straight line with a straight face. And these be y'all big homies. This big homie over here is a fraud. He's a liar. He's a lame. But this big homie over here, he official. But y'all don't even know they the same niggas. You know why? Because every time you look for somebody to be your boss or your leader, you always going to get deceived and tricked. When you're not the puppet master, you always going to be the clown on the string. But y'all ain't learned this yet. You still don't learn how to be your own man and think for yourself. That's why I'm trying to show you how a lot of y'all are going to ruin yourself. You're going to ruin yourself following people. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, be independent, man. Do your own thing, man. It's cool to be cool with people. It's cool to support people, but you got to know when enough is enough. And my point is this, you can't keep picking and choosing who's real and who's not real. You got to call everything the same, man. Even if sometimes you lose friendships, man, it happens to the best of us. Even if sometimes you lose business opportunities, that's life. But 1 minute, WAC 100 calls everybody a snitch. He got the paperwork, but then he'll get right in front of your face and snitch himself. And a lot of time he be freestyling, lying, and capping. That's why I say he's a troll. That man will get on there and say whatever he got to say just for people to start an argument and debate. It is what it is. I don't care about none of that. I'm just telling you, man. We live in a day of older people that love to run their mouth and just make up stuff, freestyle, and the young people be all deceived and brainwashed, and they be just led astray. No integrity. Sad. It's just very, very sad. I feel like shedding a tear because it's sad, man. These niggas be straight lying. So my point is this: if Kodak, Mr. Wack, you know it all, bro. All right, I'm gonna give you that. You know everything, nigga. You the smartest nigga in Clubhouse. All right. So if Kodak Black did get shot over Nipsey Hussle or Laura London, well, homie, you just snitched on everybody. On Pyru, you just told on everybody. All right. Now they know. Now they know where to bring the investigation to. Maybe they're gonna bring it to the rolling 60s now because of you. Because that's what you said out your mouth. But I know y'all gonna give him a pass on that too. I know. Just like some of y'all was dissing Wack months ago, a year ago. Now y'all cool with Wack. That's your man's. Sad. Very, very sad. I ain't never diss nobody and diss somebody very hard just to be their friend in the end. You dig? Now we can squash the beef, but we ain't gotta be cool. And I definitely ain't gonna be your man's. I ain't gonna be your buddy. That's me. But y'all dudes diss somebody hard too. Go in on them. And then you be the same clown smiling in their face. Months or a year later. That's y'all, not me. Don't get mad at this. What y'all do. But you always want to say how real you are. You're always campaigning about how you're so solid. You're official. You bust your gun. When, man, even a little boy could bust a gun. What does that mean? A little girl could bust a gun. What does that mean? That don't make you solid. Because a lot of you dudes, you're jello. Straight jello. You're shaky all over the place. You ain't solid. You're jello. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. This is what they do. This is what our people do now. Nobody is solid. Nobody is real no more. Get that false reality out your head that people keep it real. No. You're going to be deceived. You're going to have your feelings hurt. You're going to realize the people you look up to, the people you thought were so thorough, you're going to learn one day that they ain't who you thought they was. Because we're in a time of people being revealed. And some of us know it as revelations. You're going to find out half your whole life was a lie. You were deceived. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm just showing you how people will lie for some money. People will lie for clout. And know damn well they lying. And if they ain't lying, half the time they telling. So you got to remember, either they lying or they telling. They always doing one of the two, snitching. And then they going to sit back and say, it's just entertainment. Boom. So right now, I'm about to start lying, nigga. I'm about to start making up stories, and I'm going to tell y'all next week it's entertainment. That's it, man. See? Anyway, man. Mr. Wack 100, he says that Kodak Black was shot over Nipsey Hussle and Laura London because he know everything. And if it is true, he just snitched out his mouth. So there you have it. Now I'm going to see what y'all say about that. Since y'all got so much to say, all y'all do every day, all day is upload what Wack said every day. Now I'm going to see you upload that. Wack 100 snitches on the Crip game. Wack 100 snitches on the Kodak Black situation. Let me see who got the balls to post that. It's funny. Anyway, man. Don't take nothing I say serious, though. I'm just talking, man. All right? I ain't trying to come at none of y'all that be on Clubhouse. I ain't trying to come at none of y'all that post. I'm just saying y'all got to be real, bro. Y'all got to be real. Y'all got to stop being fake, man. You got to stop co-signing fake activity, man. You can't keep picking and choosing who's real or who's not real. You can't do that. You can't make 100 videos on this dude and then this dude you keep giving a pass. You can't do that, man. You gotta be fair with everybody. If you're a shooter, shoot at everybody. That's what I'm saying. If you're a shooter, bust at everybody that's coming wrong. That's all I'm saying, bro. Y'all know who I'm talking to. That dude is a fraud. Or should I say he's a troll? I ain't gonna say that man a fraud. I'll take that back. I apologize. He's a troll. I say that. You did? Because he a businessman. He a businessman taking care of business. He's an entertainer, and he's gonna entertain. And he is gonna cash out. But he will say anything and do anything to get his, to get where he gotta go. So I'm gonna say he's a troll. And I'm not gonna keep getting to how that's the same man that's campaigning for 6ix9ine. Y'all gave him a pass on that too, but I ain't see that part. I was asleep. Anyway, y'all give him so many passes, but everybody else y'all be at their neck. So I guess y'all selective shooters. So I don't get it. And at the end of the day, that man is not gonna do nothing for y'all. You're never gonna step foot in his home. He ain't gonna do nothing for you. And it is what it is, man. Salute to the chat. That's enough for him. Some of y'all heard about the Florida woman that fatally stabbed her husband up over 140 times. And she is charged with first-degree murder. Joan Burke, 61-year-old, a 61-year-old woman out here putting in work, stabbing up niggas. You heard? 61 years old. Grandma swift with the blade. She poked and stabbed her physically disabled husband, Melvin Weller. And just so happened her disabled husband filed for a divorce back in December. He probably already peeped she was a loony. He filed for divorce in December. And magically, he was found by his stepson in a puddle of blood in his kitchen with multiple stab wounds, and he was struck in the head with a meat cleaver by this woman. All because, I guess, allegedly, he wanted a divorce. Because you got to remember, let's break this down. It's simple. A lot of people live off disability. You got some couples that are older now. Some are ex-fiends, some are still fiends. Long story short, we ain't going there. The fact is, you got some situations where, one of them get a check and the other one is leeching off the other one's check. So I'm pretty sure this woman was leeching off this man and his disability check. And when he said he wanted a divorce, that was cutting her water off, and she had other plans for that. Basically saying, you ain't divorcing me before you leave me with that check. You ain't gonna have no check. And she stabbed him up in that kitchen, allegedly. That's how I see it. 61 years old. Because we had these conversations. I told you a lot of women get old like that and they ain't do what they supposed to do. They ain't got no income. They ain't got no retirement. They got nothing coming in. Either they had a man taking care of them for years, or they was playing around being a thought. And when they got older, it catch up with them. So they got to marry somebody real quick and have some type of income. That's what a lot of them do. So a lot of women today, please don't do that. So when you get 60, you won't have to stab nobody up because he don't want to give you no more money. But I told you, there's a lot of bitter old women out here, and they be mad. And they'll violate you, they'll snake you, they'll stab you in the back, they'll do you dirty. And sometimes it's not even over no money. We don't know. Even though he divorced her, he could have still had a plan to take care of this woman. We don't know. But my point of the matter is, look how she stabbed him 140 times. And that's supposed to be somebody he loves. See that? Diz. Oh man, Diz, I see what you put up there, bro. You a smart dude, bro. Oh man. 140 times. She put in more work than a gangbang in the street. She stabbed that man 140 and hit him in the head with a meat cleaver, whacked him in the head, whack, and left him bloody in the kitchen floor. And he was already physically disabled. That's my point. He was already hurt. It ain't like he was a strong man trying to fight. He was already physically disabled, which means he got a disability check. You got to read between the lines. And they also said this couple had never, ever been in a domestic dispute before this. So it sounds to me like she was mad over that divorce. Maybe he was leaving her for a younger chick. Who knows? Or maybe she could have just been a junkie. He wanted to get away from her. Who knows? I don't know, allegedly. Either way, this woman stabbed that man 140 times. Not once, not twice, not 10, 140. And this happened in Florida. And this is supposed to be a loving couple. That's what it was. Just pay attention to that. It's not always the person in the street that's going to do you dirty. It's not always gang activity. This woman was 61 years old and stabbed that man up, her own husband. Because I told you some people are losing their mind out here. And now that she locked up, I'm pretty sure she know it was not worth stabbing that man up 140 times. Now you're not getting nothing. That's how I know you was just an old hater. You just wanted to kill that man. You know why? Because it didn't benefit you at all. You're not getting no money. You didn't. It's not like you watch the ID channel. You try to put something in his drink or his food and get a life insurance. You ain't even do that, allegedly. Disclaimer. You stabbed that man up for nothing. See that? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. But that's the thing. Some people are together for all the wrong reasons. She probably was leeching off that man disability check for years. Leeching off that man. I know how it go, miss. When you're old, 61 years old, you ain't trying to go work at KFC. You ain't trying to go work in a supermarket and pack bags, and you 61 years old. This man been probably taking care of you for 20 plus years. 10 years, who knows? But I know you was mad you couldn't get no more of that disability check. I know that much. I'm going to put the link in the description box for those that didn't see it. But I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these old heads be vicious. They will slit your throat. They will turn on you. I'm telling you. And sometimes we like to act like this is something we like to think about. Like, it's like we act like certain people never grow up and get older. You know, like, let's keep it real. There's no disrespect and no shade. I'm just keeping it real. Y'all know when y'all went to school, it was a certain section of the school with, you know, special ed, whatever they called them. Some places, you know, they rode the short bus, whatever. But my point is this: we act like them people don't grow up and get old neither. And some of them, like I say, they never get help. Because a lot of them ain't nothing wrong with them. I'm not talking about special ed. Let me clarify. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know a lot of time that's just on behavior. You know, a lot of people smart. It's just their behavior. They classify you as that. You know, I already know how it go. You know what I'm saying? They classify you as something wrong with you, try to put you on Ritalin. And what people don't know is when you're a child, a lot of that stuff will stay on you for the rest of your life if you don't shake it off, if you don't get help and get them stereotypes off you. You'll start believing that stuff and you'll go get the disability check and you won't get a job, a career. And when you get older, you'll see that you didn't really do nothing with your life because you was always taught to think in your mind you was different from everybody else. Like, was something wrong with you, but really, don't be nothing wrong with these people. They just classify them in special ed, and then it follows them the rest of their life. That's why most people that have been in special ed, eventually they go to jail. Or they end up in some type of other institution, or they end up on Ritalin or some type of drug. They create these type of people, man, and it's not right. But this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say you got to shake it off. Like, you can't, don't never let nobody tell you crazy. I don't care if your parents raised you to be crazy, to get a check off you. When you get old, you got to understand you ain't crazy for real. And you got to get that label off you. But my point is, some people, like, because remember, we know the saying, some people act crazy, but we know they ain't stupid. I know plenty of time people play that crazy role, right? And God forbid, right? When you back a big cannon out your pocket and they know you about to put something in them, they straighten up real quick. You see, people that's so-called crazy, that's just a role. I know that. A lot of people ain't even crazy for real. They like to play crazy. They like to play that role, but they're not crazy. That's all I'm saying. But in America, it's profitable when you play crazy. Get a check. You know how, y'all know how it go. But my point of the matter is, this woman was 61 years old, and it was something wrong with her. Because she stabbed this man up 140 times in his own house and left him leaking in the pool of blood. He was found by his stepson. So let that, just make sure nobody stab you up for your tax money. That's all I'm gonna say, all right? Make sure nobody don't stab you up because you ain't trying to break that check down with them. I'm trying to tell you, man, people out here losing it. But this woman, she lost her mind. Period. Anyway, check it out. That boy Casanova 2 times. He went to social media and reveals how he been in solitary confinement for 30 days. Like I told y'all, they had that man in a box, man. This man went from being free, signing with Roc Nation, getting money, traveling. This the same dude. He was at the Roc Nation brunch with P. Diddy, all of them, chilling. Now he's in solitary confinement, which is the box, aka the same size as your bathroom. He been in there for 30 days. Still going to trial, going to court. And I think they try to make Casanova lose his mind. And I'm not co-signing him. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not bashing him. We just got to look at the situation, how we keep seeing this trend of people that want to be rappers. They want to make it out the hood. Then when they get in the position to make it out the hood, their mind never changes from a hood mentality, and therefore they can't never advance or prosper their situation, and they end up back in jail. Casanova should have never been in none of this, or shall I say, none of these type of discussions or situations if he would have did right. Meaning he always wanted to prove to everybody he was outside. He wanted to prove to everybody that he was the biggest blood rapper. You know? He wanted to prove to the world that he was big blood for real, for real. And that became his energy. And that energy became his destruction. That's why I keep trying to tell people, man. It don't matter how much money you get. You can't pay for a new mind. You can't buy yourself a new brain. So we see how Casanova 2 times, he made money. He was rubbish. He was cool with Jay-Z. Now, 1 minute you with Jay-Z and 1 minute you in jail in a box. So we already know something had to go wrong. And it had to be his thinking. He didn't see the big picture. Or maybe he didn't appreciate how he was blessed. Maybe he never took time to pray and thank the Most High for where he was at. So I ain't trying to get religious. I'm just being real. Sometimes the Most High put his hands on you for the right reason, and then sometimes he'll take them off you and let you fall on your face, let you drop on your head, because you ain't get a right credit where credit was due. You ain't want to give credit to the Most High. You want to give credit to the big homie. You want to give credit to the gang. But the gang ain't never did nothing for you, will put you back in jail. See that? So that's why I said I feel bad for Casanova to a degree, because I think he about to start losing his mind. Because you got to remember, when you had it all and you lost it all, that hurts even more. That's even worse than never had it, never had it at all. Y'all know the saying. When you had something great and you lose it, it hurts way more. See, like a man that was married or had a woman he loved, when he loses a woman, it's going to affect him different from a man that never had a girl in the first place. He ain't never had no shorty. He don't even understand that pain. He ain't never had no chick. All he did was beat off his whole life. He don't understand how it is to be with somebody you love and you lose them. See that? So that's my point. When you have something great and you lose it, that hurts even more. They never even had it. So when we see Casanova that, he was down with Roc Nation getting a lot of money, and now he's in jail. And all he can do is post on Instagram. And I think he's starting to lose his mind. I'm just saying. They might be trying to break him. He might be, becoming broke in the head. Because let's look at how even Casanova had beef with Tekashi 6ix9ine at one point. Tekashi got locked up and he out of jail. He chilling. And I think that's what's driving Casanova crazy, because he probably torn between two sides. He probably deep in his heart want to snitch and get out of jail. But the other side, he want to be gangster. He want to be respected. He don't want to do that. But I think he's going to break. In my opinion, I think they're trying to break him. That's what I think. I could be wrong. It's two left shoes, but I think we might be witnessing the breaking of Casanova 2 times. I'm starting to see that. I think eventually he might say F this jail stuff. I think he might tell. That's just what I think. Because when I seen that picture of him, and the way I see he keep crying out, it's like he trying to prep himself to spill the beans. And he know once he do that, his credibility is over. He can no longer be the big ape. But I think he's going through a breaking process right now. And I think eventually, I think he's going to do it. I think so. I'm not even going to lie to you. I think Casanova 2 times going to fold. I think he's going to say, yo, they ain't keep it real with me. I was locked up. Because, that's the excuse sometimes, too. Yo, they ain't come see me when I was in jail. They ain't send me nothing. They ain't look out for my girl when I was locked up. And I think he's going to fold. That's what I think. But enough of Casanova 2 times, because guess what? Live by it, die by it. You know what you signed up for. When you down with something, you got to go all out. You know what you signed up for. But the whole fact of the matter is, it ain't got nothing to do with him being allegedly in the gang. It shows you that he could have elevated himself. Because I told you, you can represent the gang on a negative aspect, but you also can represent your gang with class. And it's a difference between a gang member and a gang banger, for those that don't know. It's two different things. You got some people that's down with a gang and never shot a gun in their life, never sold no drugs, but they down with the gang and they provide different things to the gang from different angles and aspects, and they still respect it. That's a whole nother discussion. A gangbanger is a dude that got to put in work on a constant basis. It's a difference. My whole point is this, Casanova, you had a chance to get your life right and you played around with your freedom, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Y'all also got to remember when he allegedly put his hands on that woman in that restaurant. When she was trying to take pictures with him and they trying to say he took her phone, snatched up. See, it was stuff like that that led up to this. You was doing too much. I told you, when you get that money, look how you sitting in a box now. You could have been got your money and been sitting in Hawaii somewhere. Y'all know I always say this. You could be sitting on an island by yourself, you and your shorty, your family, chilling, drinking margaritas, but you always want to be outside on the block. These dudes get money and they don't even know how to go to the Bahamas and chill out. A lot of time they be scared. A lot of times some people are scared to leave their comfort zone. Some people actually don't know how to enjoy their money. And they can't do nothing by themselves. So my point is, we know Casanova had a lot of times to do things with his life, but he failed. Because he always wanted to be outside and prove to the world how he was so gangster. So now I think he's going to tell. And moving to the next story, which relates. A group of aspiring New York drill rappers went viral yesterday after posting a video on TikTok showing themselves robbing and pistol whipping 2 teenage boys. The drill rappers pressed the teens and asked them, "Where you from?" The teens, frozen in fear, the ones that got the guns put in their head, to their head and to their face, they said they was frozen in fear, according to the video. And then one of the drill rappers smacked the teen in the face with the gun. Now, I want y'all to see from this story. I want y'all to peep game how they're wording the story. This whole incident, they put it on drill rappers. It said New York drill rappers went viral on TikTok. Not no gangbangers, not no gang members. And that was my whole point, to show y'all how it's not just the music, it's the gangbanging. They understand that the gangbanging is tied undercover through the rappers, or the rappers are gangbangers. That's what gives them reason to watch the gangbangers. You get it? Now, if they was just drill rapping, talking about spinning the block and shooting everything up, and they wasn't actually gangbanging, they might have had a little more leeway. And I'm going to say this. I don't know if this TikTok video could be staged. It could be something set up to make them look even more hot. But the point of the matter is, a group of inspiring New York drill rappers, according to the report, posted this video of them pistol whipping 2 teenagers. After we already know about the reports of what they said they're going to be doing, watching all platforms, running down on them. My point is this. 2 teenagers got pistol whipped, and they got G-checked on TikTok, like, you know, where you from, what gang you from, what set you claim, to that nature. You get it? What hood you from? What you doing out here? So it made it look like, my point is this. We could take away drill rappers, and it could have said a group of gangbangers went viral yesterday, but it said a group of aspiring New York drill rappers. You get it? That's the attack on drill. They're going to do it through media. They're going to do it, you know, they're going to also do it through the streets. Law enforcement. It's an agenda. It's a war on drill rappers now, right? It's a war on gangbangers. It's a war on criminal activity. And I'm going to prove it in the next story. I'm going to show you how all of this ties together. But they said, a New York drill, they said it's aspiring, meaning they try to say they're not even in the game. They aspiring to be New York drill rappers. They said they went viral yesterday after posting a video on TikTok of them robbing somebody and pistol whipping them, snitching on themselves. So I hope this was a staged event, and I hope this wasn't real. But my point of the matter is, it happened. Which is going to bring me to the next story. And in this particular article, it spoke the war on guns. Now, y'all know back in the day, they had the war on drugs. Well, now in America, it is a war on guns. That is the new slogan, and that's what's going on. The war on guns. And it says that federal agents cracked down on ghost guns in New York. Let me pause right there. Rewind. Y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, Joe Biden went to New York City, sat down with the mayor, and they was talking about ghost guns, crime. Fast forward back, I got the story right here. Federal agents cracked down on ghost guns in New York. They say this month, law enforcement arrested, check this out, a Long Island dentist who had over a dozen ghost guns in his home. On February 13th, a FDNY firefighter was caught in a sting operation selling ghost guns. So y'all heard the saying, we don't bring the guns in. We ain't the ones, but we the ones killing everybody, but we don't bring the drugs or the guns in. How many times we heard that cliche slogan? Well, in 2022, now we got proof. So let me rewind. A dentist got caught with a bunch of ghost guns. A FDNY firefighter got caught with ghost guns. So you know I'm about to come at some people's neck right now. I thought it was the gangbangers that bringing all the guns. I thought it was the gangbangers, the little niggas in the hood shooting themselves. I thought they was the one, the kids with no parents. I thought they was the one with all the ghost guns. That's what I thought. That's what I was taught. That's what I was told. I think I was high. I could have sworn it was all the New York drill rappers with all the ghost guns. Now here you have it, a dentist, which means he went to college. He was a professional. And he got caught selling ghost guns. He got caught with over a dozen ghost guns in his possession. And I'm going to show you how they play with the numbers. When they say a dozen, it don't just mean 12. Over a dozen mean he could have had 20, 30, 50. They play with numbers. Like when they say several, it really means 20, 10. They play with numbers. So they say he got caught with over a dozen. That means he could have got caught with like 50, 40, 100. but it was a dentist, a New York dentist / doctor, whatever you want to call him. He got degrees. He got caught with ghost guns. A New York City fire department, FDNY, a firefighter. He got caught in a sting operation selling ghost guns. But y'all want to sit back and y'all want to blame the youth. It's the youth. It's the youth killing everybody. It's the youth. The youth. These drill rappers, they ain't got no parents. These drill rappers, they in the hood killing everybody. But y'all ain't talking about where they getting the ghost guns from. See, that's the information you need to get into. I'm gonna play these games. What up, Saladin? What's going on, bro? So now we got proof. A dentist got arrested with over a dozen ghost guns, and what else? A FDNY firefighter got caught in a sting operation. So y'all got to remember, the sting operation means that he was selling them left and right. He did a lot of selling to the point where they had to investigate him and then catch him. But by that time, he already had distributed a whole bunch of ghost guns. And now they in your hood. But this is the fact that they said in 2022, it was 150 ghost guns recovered. And then they said in 2021, it was 275 that was recovered. An 80% increase. Now, peep this right here. They say in the last month, they have confiscated 30 ghost guns. And that was just the 30 in the last month was the ones they actually caught on people in the hood. And for those that don't know about ghost guns, they are firearms with no serial numbers with rapid fire on the back. Rapid fire. Turn a 9 into a chopper. Before they went pop, pop, pop. Now they pop, 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 pop. Rap. See the difference? But anyway, just last month alone, since they've been cracking down, 30 people got caught with the ghost gun on them. But the whole time, y'all didn't know it was people like dentists bringing them in. Firefighters. And that's why your elders can't come out in the hood and they got to worry about getting shot because you got a dentist putting them in the hood. But according to this story, it said that it's a war on guns. So all the 3-letter law enforcement gangs, they all coming together. The ATF, the FBI, all of them. According, or should I say, also with the local police. And they said that they are working relentlessly to get them guns off the street. So they announced it. It's a war on guns. Take it how you want to take it. It is what it is. That's what's going on. And now they are cracking down on the individuals. And they also said they're going to be tracing and tracking exactly where they're coming from, who bringing them in, and things like that. So they on top of all of that. And that also ties in with what people in New York also know is they just put new laws in, they put another sting operation into play that got to do with the New York City subway system. The new safety measures, it's been certain new laws passed about the subway, and they also about to be getting all the homeless out of the subway stations. My people from New York, y'all know our whole life, people have been living underground. Before we was born, after, it's been a whole nother world, and that's really called the underground, where people have been living in the subway system. And a lot of them not homeless, meaning I say this, a lot of them do get disability checks, but they live underground with the rats. So they're now saying they're going to be getting all of them people from the New York City train stations. They're going to get them up out of there. And they put a whole bunch of new laws into play. Because what some people don't know is over the weekend, there was 8 stabbings. And they say within 24 hours, 6 people got stabbed on the New York City subway. And once again, half these stabbings, they have nothing to do with no gang activity. A lot of these people that got stabbed are civilians. Regular people going to work, coming home. Y'all heard about people getting pushed on the train tracks. People been getting stabbed. I seen multiple reports of where those running up on females, feeling their booty, rubbing their buttons, sliding off. It's been dudes on the train, subway, flashing women their private parts. It's been a lot of weird behavior going on the train lately. So now, being that all of this sick stuff has been happening, slashings, stabbings, beatings, now they're going to be cracking down on the whole subway system as well. And you got to understand all ties together, because they know a lot of dudes in the hood that do be strapped up. They make moves on the train. So now they're going to make it where you're not going to be able to move around with your gun on you no more like that. When you're walking down the block, you're going to get ran down on. When you go try to catch the train, you're going to get ran down on. They're going to make it when you can't move like that. When you're in your car, you're going to get pulled over. They're starting to tighten the noose. And what it's doing is overcrowding the jails. And in my opinion, a lot of people are going to be in FEMA camps, because I think the jail's going to be so crowded, and according to your crime, they're going to put you in a FEMA camp. You dig? That's why I say some people are going to be labeled as terrorists so they can put them in them camps. And those are the people you ain't going to see no more. Because when you're in a FEMA camp, you don't get no collect calls. You don't get no commissary. And they can hold you however long they want to hold you for. That's my opinion. That's why you got to peep game what's going on. Everybody's not going to go to jail. Trust me when I tell you. Some people are going to go places where they won't be found or heard from again. Because we already know common sense, the jails are becoming too crowded and too packed. And guess what? It ain't even summer yet. So you already know what's about to happen. But anyway, the war on guns has been officially announced. But I know some people not going to get it through their head. Every platform is officially being watched now. Some people, they going to act like that ain't happening. But I'm telling you what it is. So you take it or leave it, man. It's on you. So make sure I ain't missing nothing. Also, yeah, Juwan Howard. Y'all know about Juwan Howard. Some of y'all know about basketball. The point of the matter is, Juwan Howard, he used to play with Jalen Rose, Chris Webber, the Fab Five. Long story short, he's the coach for Michigan. And he slapped fire at another coach the other day. He tried to slap that white man in his face because the coach, the coach put his hands on him first. Now the coach put his hands on his arm. You know how somebody try to grab you up, like they try to say, "Listen to me." He put his hands on Juwan Howard, trying to talk to him aggressively. And Juwan Howard wasn't feeling that. And once the crowd got in the middle, tried to break it up, Juwan Howard reached over the crowd and smacked the coach in the face. And y'all know what happened yesterday. All of the analysts, they had something to say about Juwan Howard. And a lot of them said he should be fired, he should be suspended. And it was all of the black media people had something to say. Well, now, guess what? Juwan Howard has been suspended. And all the black people that went on TV made him hot yesterday. Because remember, this happened on Saturday. But you got to understand that a lot of the TV shows come on during the weekday. So yesterday, a lot of the sports shows came on, and a lot of the black people said that Juwan Howard, he should be fired. He should be suspended. And that's exactly what they did. They suspended that man. And then when I seen the white media people, they said it wasn't that serious because, it's sports. People get aggressive sometimes. I said, man, look at this stuff, man. Anyway, Juwan Howard, he did get out of character because you cannot be a coach for Michigan, a college coach. And look, man, you teach your students and you teach your players to have good sportsmanship, shake hands after a loss, respect people. And you the coach and you getting gangster. And you getting real extra and you going to cock your hand back and smack fire out of man's face. So that's when I said, man, that's another loss for the black race. And Black History Month. Because they try to portray this man as he had no self-control. He couldn't keep his hands in his pocket. And he got so mad, he smacked the other coach. In which he did. And what he don't understand is he fit the description and stereotype of an angry black man. That's what he did. And I told you it ain't about race, but sometime in this game it is. Because they're going to use race against you, man, whenever it's convenient. Sad, man. But this man smacked that dude. He smacked fire out this coach. And now he is suspended. He will not be coaching during March Madness for Michigan. And who knows, after the season over with, they might fire him over this. After him, Jalen Rose and Chris Webber, you know, they used to be players for Michigan. They was accused of taking money from one particular man when they was in college. They was taking money from an individual. And they say Jalen Rose snitched on them. That's why Chris Webber, he don't talk to Jalen Rose to this day. And they said Jalen Rose is a snitch. And they also said that Jalen Rose was not welcome back to Michigan. But they did accept Juwan Howard back to Michigan for whatever reason. They took him back. They forgave him. Gave him the job as a coach. And now he might have blown it. He might have blown his opportunity. So I'm speaking on this story. Yeah, he yoked him up. What's up, Rondell? He did yoke him up. But I'm showing you how, look, man, when we get in a position to win, we get in position of authority. You can't blow your opportunity being stupid. That's all I'm saying. He did not have to smack that man in the court. I mean, you know, on the basketball court. Now, I'm not promoting violence, but you could have G-checked that man outside the arena. You could have caught him in the parking lot. You know damn well all them cameras is watching you, and you're going to smack that man live on camera. And you got to understand, anything you do on video will be used against you in a court of law. So that means that man could sue him now. All because you lost your temper and smacked fire out that man's face. And you did it in front of your students, which almost made the students and the kids in the team start fighting. It almost started a brawl, like a gang fight. So I want y'all to see it's not always the hood. It's not always the streets that act stupid. We had people acting stupid in a college. Juwan Howard has a college degree. College students get it popping and they get ignorant too. And a lot of them come from good households. Mom, dad, all of that, suburbs. So we got to stop these fake ass stereotypes and fake narratives that everything is on the hood when it's not. Some people are raised in the hood with perfectly good morals, principles, education, and common sense. Told you, man, people are stupid out here, man. Because I played basketball and I ain't never smacked nobody after a game because I was mad we lost or whatever the situation. So it ain't got nothing to do with all of that. Some people are just weak-minded in all levels of life. Some people are easily offended and they act out and throw stuff. Like, I don't understand people that get mad in their house and break up their own furniture. I don't understand that. I know some of y'all like that. You get mad and want to break your own TV just so you can go buy another one. I can't deal with people. I'm not going to deal with somebody that's going to keep costing me money because you get mad and want to break stuff. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I never understood why people do that, for real. You mad, you going to break your own TV because you mad. Now you got to buy another one. But it's people like that. They get mad, blow their temper, do something stupid, and then later on they think about it, and they know they was wrong. But in every situation, you can't always fix everything. You can't always buy your way out of everything. That's my whole point. Ha! That's a fact, boy. Gersh Gym. That's right. That's my junior high school, bro. Went to Gersh. That's a fact. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Yo, when I went to Gersh, right, I'm going to tell you, that's the first time I seen a dude get beat down so bad at lunchtime. To this day, I ain't forget that ass whooping. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to keep it. I got to tell the whole story now, so you don't took me there, bro. Shout out to my Spanish bros. When I went to Gersh, that's the first time I actually seen how Spanish brothers stick together. a dude from my hood had beef with one Puerto Rican. I ain't gonna say his name. If you went to Gersh, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. East New York. Corner Van Sickle. And the dude was from my hood, right? But me and him wasn't cool like that. He was older than me. He had beef with one Puerto Rican in the hallway. That next day, them niggas came to that school so deep, and they beat the crap out of him on lunch at recess at lunch break. They beat him up in front of the whole school, 100 deep. They had people that didn't even go to that school from high school. I seen 100 niggas jump one dude at lunchtime and beat him down bloody. That's when I first see with my own eyes that Spanish people stick together. I'm gonna be real. I seen that at George Gershwin right in the schoolyard at lunch break. On top of that, not after school, it happened at lunch break, lunch recess. Facts. I knew that when I was a youngster, that Spanish people stick together. And I ain't talking about no little dude. They had little dudes, big dudes, all type of. My people from the East know what I'm talking about. And this go back to the time where it was at Across the Boulevard beef, for those that know. You know what I'm saying? Anything across Linden Boulevard, you already know. Linden Boulevard drew the line of the hoods. That's what separates East New York, for those that know what I'm talking about. Long story short, man, they beat this dude so dirty. I'm talking about they did it in front of the whole school. So you got to remember, everybody was on lunch break. Everybody was in a classroom, and they violated him at lunchtime, and no teachers could stop it. No security guard was nothing they could do. They beat that man bloody, and they just walked away after that. And I respect my man after that because he took that ass whipping, and it turned him into a beast after that. But at the time, me and him wasn't cool, so I ain't gonna lie. I got my last off him getting beat up. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? He got violated. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That also leads up to the trauma of people's brain. That's right, bro. The Bama beef. You know about that. That was going on at Jeff. I'm talking that East New York talk right now. So anyway, I seen some beatdowns when I was a teenager, when I was very young, that traumatized my brain. I said, I ain't never getting beat up like that. I ain't never getting violent. I'm telling you. I seen that. This before gangs. This before gangs, bro. Y'all know what I'm talking about. This was hood beef. Way before gangs. I seen niggas get beat bloody for talking their mouth, for running their mouth, talking crazy. He had a fight with one Puerto Rican, a fair one. My man, he dusted him off. The reason why I say my man from my hood, we became cool after that because I had respect for him. You know what I'm saying? But he used to try to bully me. You know what I'm saying? He used to try to bully me because he was taller than me. So at the time, I ain't had no love for him. But as I got older, we got a mutual respect. But long story short, he was good with his hands, and he kind of beat the dude up. But that dude came back. I'm not lying. He came back with like 100 Puerto Ricans, 100 Spanish bros. And they beat that boy bloody in front of the whole school, bro. I ain't never gonna forget that. So it's like, yo, a lot of y'all don't understand certain things, man. But I grew up in East New York, and we always been one. That's all I'm gonna say. We always been one. I ain't never know about no race, no hating no Latino brother. I ain't never know about none of that. And I ain't gonna name drop, but a couple of my friends, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about for young, man. We eat cereal together before we go to school and all that, man. They come to my crib, I come to their crib. I knew they pops, they knew my moms. Man, I ain't getting all of that, man. All of that racial stuff didn't really turn up until that Latin gang came around. That's when it started really separating people. And I'm not gonna put it on that Latin gang, but I'm just saying it was a time maybe behind people started choosing sides. I knew Spanish people that was Muslim, Spanish people that was 5%, so it ain't never been about no race. And Spanish people always been saying nigga. So I ain't gonna see him play that game neither. Come on, man. I ain't got the time for that. I'm just saying little things, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. If we from the hood, we always been one. If you from Brownsville, we always been one. Now, I don't know how they did it uptown, other places, but if you from Brooklyn, we always been one. I'm gonna leave that at that. You know what I'm saying? Period. Especially if you're from East New York, Bushwick, Brownsville, we always been one. So let's stop playing them games. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is childhood stuff. And the reason why I'm saying this is because The streets have been wild. It's nothing new. And that's why I also trying to tell you it's a lot of hypocritical behavior when we try to put everything on the youth now. When a lot of us say youth, we did way more, seen way more. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just leave that part at that. That's what happened. Dudes was getting very vicious at once upon a time. Way more vicious, I say. I say now it's more reckless. But I seen some vicious behavior growing up before I was a child. I seen some, I'm talking about before I was, you know what I'm saying? When I was still a child, man, I seen some traumatizing things, man, that was going on in my hood, in my neighborhood. And I seen it other places. So I always said in my mind, that ain't gonna be me. I ain't never gonna be nobody's victim. That was always my thing. I learned not to be nobody's victim. But some people become victims when they're young and they get traumatized, you know? Like some of y'all might have did turn into shooters when you got older, but before that, you got beat up. You know, before that, you used to get violated. You was a sucker, and then you toughened up. You see? So yeah, you might, as you got older, you might have, you know, had a little attempt murders and got into a lot of beefs, but before that, you might have got punked a whole lot. And it turned rage into you, you know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of us are shaped and molded. There's some of us in elementary school, we said we ain't about to get punked by nobody, and we was fighting in elementary school getting suspended. You know what I'm saying? It just happens different levels for different people. Some people do get pushed to the edge and they do catch a body, you know what I'm saying? But my point is this: you can't let everybody push you to the edge, and that's why I'm bringing it back to Juwan Howard, because he let that coach push him to a situation where he slapped another coach on the gym floor at an arena in front of a whole lot of people and cameras. So we see that he lost his temper, he lost his cool. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm gonna tell you, sometimes you got, when you get real heated, you just gotta walk away, man. You gotta be the bigger person, walk away and deal with it at another time. Meaning when you go back and think about it, you'll see that it was stupid anyway. But that's what happened to Juwan Howard. He is suspended, and we're gonna pay attention to see if he get kicked off the team, period. And another story I missed, which relate to the attack on guns or the war on guns, and this is another one of America's dumbest criminals. Now check this out right here. A Maryland man was busted with a loaded gun outside of New York City police precinct. His name was Anthony Gomez, 30 years old. He was in front of the 114th precinct station after an officer noticed he had a bulge in his pocket. Well, this dude was so stupid, he had a gun on him, bulging in his pocket in front of the precinct. Because he was from Maryland. He ain't know no better. Or maybe somebody set him up and said, let's go over here real quick. And he thought it was sweet and they lined him up. I don't know. But this fool got caught in front of the precinct with a loaded handgun. Now, how stupid can you be? That's why I say I think a lot of dudes are competing to be one of America's dumbest criminals. That's why somebody need to start that show up again, but do the hood version. Because every day somebody's doing a stupid ass crime. And it's like they're in a competition to try to top each other with stupid crimes. Because a lot of people, they're not even making police do their job no more. This dude was in front of the precinct in Queens and got caught with the hammer on him. That's why I say this dude was stupid. And he probably wasn't even from Maryland. He could have been from New York, just had, you know, Maryland ID. In the town, you know, slipping. Because I'm going to be real, it's some people not going to be in the town walking around unless they strapped. It's some people that ain't going to talk that pull-up talk, where you at. Some people just going to shoot you in the face right there. Sometimes you might be trying to fight somebody and they ain't playing fair and they're going to just smoke you on the spot. Because there's some people that's going to walk around strapped and they don't care about no war on guns. They don't care about none of that. They're going to stay strapped. So I'm trying to tell a lot of you people, you need to watch you beefing with. And I'm also going to tell you that it's some people going to stay strapped no matter what. They don't care. So I'm going to say that to the people that think just because it's a war on guns, you still can't get smoked. And that's a lie. Because it's some people that do not mind throwing their life away if you try to violate. That's what some of y'all don't understand. So I'm going to leave that part at that. But this dude got caught with a gun, and the police saw the gun bulging out of his pocket in front of the precinct. So what the police officer did, he let the man get in his car, drive down the block, and then he pulled him over and caught him real quick. But I think he was set up, if you ask me. Sound like a setup. Anyway, that's what's going on. So I touched on everything. I'm going to do a recap, and I'm going to get up out of here because I ain't going to talk all day. Salute to the chat. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. I appreciate all y'all. What up, the Juice? What up, the Juice Show? What up, Juicy? It's Danielle Walker, Allah Will. I'm going to get to y'all in a minute, man. Let me finish this recap for those that just pulled up. All right. Antonio Brown, as y'all see in this picture. Antonio Brown for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know some of y'all don't watch sports, but Antonio Brown proved through x-rays that he was hurt. And he says that the coach Bruce Arians and Tom Brady tried to make him play. They try to set that man up. But this is my point of covering this story. Y'all remember when it first happened, they said he was losing his mind and he was going crazy. They said he needed to seek mental health issue. He need help for his, he need help for his mental health relapse, whatever. I'm tired of hearing that. But they said that this man was crazy. He losing it. Look at him. He a weirdo. He leaving out the stadium, throwing his shirt off. Look at him. No. I told you that was his way of violating and disrespecting them, saying F y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with me. They tried to play him. They told him to play. Tom Brady lied to that man, allegedly said, if you put me in the game, he said, Tom Brady told him if he played, he was going to throw him the ball, and that was going to be a way for him to get his bonus. But my point of the matter is, they played the game. The Jets was blowing them out, and Tom Brady made a point not to throw him the ball at all. So by halftime, when he realized he peeped game, he took his equipment off, and he ran. He got up out of there. And he made sure he did it during the game on national TV to expose them. And Antonio Brown says he told him to get the F out of here, and he said, F all you MFers. And he said that because they tried to play him. He threw Brady under the bus, and he said that, Brady basically gassed him up. He said Brady was in on the whole situation, and they was trying to get him to play hurt, I guess, so he can really get hurt, and his NFL career be over with, or so he won't get that shine in the playoffs. But my point is this, you got to peep this too for those that know about sports. Y'all been paying attention. Brady might come back. They've been trying to make it like Brady been falling out with his coach. They're not getting along. And basically trying to say that the reason why Brady made it like he was going to retire because he not feeling the coach, Bruce Arians of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So when this news broke yesterday about Brady might come back because of the coach, Antonio Brown said, F both of y'all. I'm going to put out the story, expose both of y'all. Both of y'all try to line me up. I don't want to hear about no Tom Brady coming back. I don't want to hear you blaming Bruce Arians because both of y'all shady. And that's what Antonio Brown exposed with the x-ray. He had proof. So I told y'all, we have another situation of a man being slandered. Just so happened it's a black man. He was being slandered for being a lunatic, being out of his mind. They said he should be happy Tom Brady put him on the team. He should appreciate it. He should have been a good nigga. And we see when Antonio Brown tried to stand up for himself, a lot of people turned on him, even his own people, allegedly, and tried to say he was crazy. He need mental health issues. He need mental health consultation. Or should I say they said he had mental health issues? Because when you keep talking about mental health, it start making you feel like you're losing your marbles sometimes. Because everybody get labeled as mental health. That's the new way to tell, basically telling you, shut up, or telling you there's something wrong with you, or don't believe what he said, or he lying. All you got to do is say mental health. And that's what happened to Antonio Brown. We seen it happen to Kanye West. When you lying, you the smartest person in the world. When you capping, you're highly intelligent. But when you start telling the truth, there's something wrong with you. That's how the world works now. And my point is, Antonio Brown, he provided the proof that he was hurt. Now we're going to see how many people apologize to him. And we already know that's not going to happen. Which brings me to Tasha K. The same scenario, different playing field. She represents the YouTubers that get online, run their mouth, find out they got a good story when they see their YouTube check. They see that one particular video got a lot of clicks and views, and then they keep going on rambling about the same story. And they keep rambling on about the same topic because they like the way them YouTube checks look. Then when they get caught lying, then they want to make all these excuses up. But most of them, when they get caught lying, they act like ain't nothing ever happened, period. They act like they don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. And recently, Tasha K has came out and said, I ain't got it. Talking about the 4 mil. I ain't got it. And then she also tried to say she got 2 children to support. But you ain't say that when you was cashing out. When you woke up and that bank card was hitting, and you seen them YouTube, and you seen that YouTube money, you ain't say that then. When you was selling all that wine you be selling, I sat there and seen you get thousands of super chat money. Thousands. People say her hundreds, 50s, 20s, hundreds. I'm telling them they were sending that woman bread. Now you ain't got it. After you used that woman's name for all that time, say she had herpes, now you ain't got no money. You want to play the broke role. See? You see how people in the hood do you? Do you see that? They will slander you, get money off you, and then when it's time to pay up, they ain't got it. Or let's also, okay, boom, let's take away the slander. Y'all know y'all don't let people hold money. Y'all don't look out for people. They'll owe you money, still go to the club. They'll owe you money, still go shopping. And when you ask for your money, they're going to say they ain't got it. But now you see why back in the day, people used to end up in a ditch over there. People end up missing when they don't want to pay up that money they owe. But now when it's time, you can say whatever you want, do whatever you want, and all you got to do is say, I ain't got it. And people supposed to just leave you alone. But like I say, in my opinion, Tasha K is in a hole. She made a lot of money off playing an ignorant role. Because for those that just pulled up, let me explain it very clear. Tasha K is not ignorant at all. She's not stupid. Let me clarify that. Y'all see, when she covered real stories, real issues with victims, you see the side of Tasha K showing her intelligence. But when she's bringing the tea and the gossip, you see her ignorant side. And she knows her ignorant side is very, very profitable. And she knew how to run with it. She knew how to exploit that ignorant mentality. And she got money off it. And now she want to cop a plea and play the broke role. And she was talking out 2 sides of her mouth because she also said, on the other hand, her YouTube checks are still looking good right now. And you also know that when people in the hood go broke, they're not going to let you know they're going broke. They're going to still perpetrate the role. When I know you 4 million, you owe. And I know that you're not going to be able to make it but so far. Yeah, you're going to be hiding your money, playing them hiding money games, but in the new world, you can't hide no money no more. And they're going to be on your neck. And even if you start paying behind the scenes, you're going to pay that money. Or you ain't going to have no big career. You're just going to be a YouTuber, influencer. And like I told you, if somebody did, let's just say, okay, we're going to just speak in general. Let's be real, all right? We know Wendy Williams is going through things with her show. Let's just say if the powers that be said, we want to put, they could have thought back months ago, we want to put Tasha K and let her be in Wendy Williams' position. Let's make her the new Wendy Williams. Let's let her take over the show. Now, being that you got caught for lying and scamming, you done blew that opportunity because you have no credibility. So I'm showing you how people will lie to get to the top. But then you got to understand you can't build off of no lies. Because once you get exposed, you're on your way down. Once you get exposed, your credibility is out the window. So yeah, she's going to still do her little thing, but nobody of a certain level is going to take her serious. She'll never be able to get a certain amount of $1 million deal. And she could have. She had things on the table. Meaning, I'm pretty sure some people would have put her in position, but they probably was watching this lawsuit the whole time, watching how it was going to play out. And now she's just another YouTuber that owes $4 million. So that's my recap on Tasha K. It's not to slander her or just diss her, but she did slander Cardi B, and she said that woman had herpes, and she had no proof. And she said that woman was on drugs and had no proof. And was saying specific drugs too. But my point is this. She got busted. She owes. And now she want to make a mockery saying she ain't got the money. But at the same time, want to say her YouTube checks looking good and she got 2 children to take care of. So anyway, it is what it is. That's Tasha K. And just so happened, if I'm not mistaken, she's from Florida. I know she lives in Georgia now, but originally she's from Florida. Just like this woman who stabbed her man 140 times in Florida. And I told you about this 61-year-old bitter woman stabbed her ex-husband who was physically disabled because he filed for divorce back in December. And in my opinion, like I said earlier, she killed that man because she couldn't get no more of that check. And Mr. Melvin Weller was found leaking in a pool of blood in his kitchen. You know what I'm saying? That's foul. He was found leaking. Very, very foul. So with that note, hold on one second. All right, pardon me, y'all. Pardon me. I had to answer that call real quick. But like I said, man, this was a bitter old bitch, all right? Anytime you stab somebody 100, do y'all understand how many swings and pokes you got to do to hit somebody 140 times? And what they call that, a crime of passion, right? So we know this woman had a whole lot of hate in her chest to stab that man that many times and leave him leaking. And he was found by his stepson. So she actually stabbed him up and left him there. All for what? If he was just your husband in December, you had that much hate towards that man to stab him 140 times. Maybe this is a reason why I don't want to get married right here. I'm going to use this as an excuse right here. And this is literally stabbing in the back by your so-called loved ones. And she was 61 years old. So she was not no gangbanger, none of that. She was not in the streets, allegedly. You see? Shows you right here. Anybody can get at you at any time. But I'm pretty sure, you know, she lived a miserable life. And when she found out she could not leech off that man's check, she took that man out, man. And remember, the key thing I told you is he was already physically disabled. So it's not like he was a strong man. He was already hurt some kind of way because he was getting a check, you know? And it is what it is. I'm going to drop the link in the description box so y'all can look it up yourself or y'all can do it. However you want to look it up. Some of y'all already know about this because it's been trending, but I've never seen a woman that old stab a man that many times in his own house. So that's that. That Florida woman, she's a ground ball. And she represents a lot of bitter women that's still running around in their old age. Because when you live a life of leeching off people and thinking somebody gonna take care of you forever, and you don't, get your own income. A lot of y'all don't understand when you're in your 60s, you're gonna pay for that behavior. So I'm not mocking nobody. I'm not trying to joke on nobody. This is a harsh reality that you could be 60 years old, and the man you thought was gonna take care of you, he cut you off, and then you might want to hit him in the head with a frying pan or something. I'm just saying. So we're gonna let that lady be, and we're gonna stay away from crazy old women. That's what I'm gonna do. I also spoke about WAC 100, and he said that Kodak Black was shot over what he said about Nipsey Hussle and Laura London. You know, when Nipsey died and Kodak Black tried to throw his shots at Laura London, saying he wanted that to be his girl, allegedly, whatever. He was clout chasing. He violated. He did. But according to WAC 100, he said that's why Kodak Black got shot in Cali the other day. You know, the Super Bowl last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it happened, Kodak Black got shot, and WAC 100, he got all the answers. And he told us that it happened over that Nipsey Hussle situation. So thank you, WAC 100, for running your mouth on Clubhouse once again. And salute to all the people that always give WAC 100 a pass, because he is your big bro. He's your big homie. He's your daddy. He's your uncle. He's all that above. He's your role model. And y'all always love to give WAC a pass, but y'all want to call everybody else a snitch and a rat. So my point is this. If Kodak Black did get shot over what he said about Nipsey Hussle, well, WAC 100, you just snitched on a Rolling 60 Crips and whoever else was down with it. Allegedly. You just snitched. Because you know everything. And you know who telling and who ain't telling. And I still don't understand how it's a picture of that man in a uniform with a flag in the back, and then I don't know who that is. I'm high right now, man. I'm drunk and I'm high. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But anyway, that's what he said out of his own mouth on Clubhouse. That Kodak Black was shot in retaliation for Nipsey Hussle. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone, man. These dudes be pissing me off with they picking and choosing. Damn, I'm supposed to shoot at everybody, man. Stand up and be a man. Stop giving people passes and then co-sign to other people. You can't do that. All right? You can't 1 minute, I'm real, I keep it 1,000, I'm solid, but then you give it, but you always giving people a pass when they do fake stuff. You give them a pass, you turn your head. Y'all know that ain't right. Real means you're real no matter what. You can't sit here and pick and choose. You got to take what come with it. That's all I'm saying. Or if you give this snitch a pass, you got to give all the snitches a pass. Get it? You can't be cool with WAC, because WAC cool with 6ix9ine. You can't be cool with that circle and then you want to exploit the other circle and say they snitches over there. You want to play 3-card money. It don't work like that, bro. It don't work like that. You got to call everybody out the same way. Or if you don't do that, you're going to start losing credibility. You're going to start looking like you play a monkey in the middle. And people are not going to take you serious. You got to stand on truth at all times, even if what they say, you got to stand on truth, even though you might lose your life. You might lose your fans. You might lose some subscribers. You might lose some of your audience, but you got to stand on what you say you stand on. You can't pick and choose. Get it? Because guess what? When that person you co-signing for, you're going to fall with them. When that person you co-signing for, when they get exposed, you're going to get exposed too. Because you know why? You was campaigning so hard for that fraud. Don't we see that in politics? Once an individual gets exposed, his whole team, his whole political backing, they all fold. They all got to go. Do we not see that in sports? For my people that's into sports. Whenever a coach does something foul or a coach gets fired, his whole staff has to get fired now. Even if they ain't do nothing wrong. The whole staff has to go. You know why? Because you picked them. You co-signed all of them. You brought them to the organization. Y'all said y'all was all together, so y'all all got to go. That's how it works when you play with your credibility. Now, if you solid, if you willing to take the fall, you take the fall, you ride or die. I'm not knocking that. But just be clear. When you stand strong with somebody and they get shot at, don't think you're going to be Ricky. You're always going to be able to run because you're going to get shot too. And your credibility is what takes a shot. Your brand takes a shot when you co-sign lame niggas. I'm just being real. So you can co-sign your people, but if you let it mess with your integrity and you let it devalue your brand, then that's on you. Because you shouldn't have been going so hard for somebody that don't even go that hard for themselves, and they definitely don't go hard for you. That's how you get. It's called left hole in the bag, and that happens a lot in the hood. That happens a lot in business. It happens a lot in politics. Sometimes the person that don't have nothing to do with situations, they the ones left holding the bag. And the people that started everything and stirred everything up, they be somewhere chilling. And they be behind the scenes talking about how they stirred up everybody. we got everybody stirred up. Good looking, bro. Word, we straight. And the person that was campaigning, they the ones holding the bag. Because y'all don't understand politics. Y'all don't understand organizations. Y'all don't understand secret societies, how that work. Some of the people you think got beef ain't even actually got beef. They just got you stirred up in the middle. So I'm going to teach you something real quick. Hopefully you got what I just said. But I just want to see who's gonna come at Whack 100 neck for snitching on a person that shot Kodak Black. Because Whack 100 said that was retaliation for what happened to Nipsey Hussle. Or should I say, that was retaliation for Kodak Black talking about Laura London, whatever. He knows it all. So my point is, he know what happened. He know who did the shooting. He said it on Clubhouse. Now, let's see who's going to actually say that Whack 100 was snitching, because that's what he was doing. He was snitching. And if he wasn't snitching, he was just trolling, lying, freestyling, and making up a story, all right? Either way, sometimes he just gets on my nerves because he just talks too much. But that's his job. So pardon me, don't get mad at me, all right? I don't want to violate your big brother. I'm not trying to violate your daddy. I'm not trying to violate your uncle, all right? So don't get mad at me. It's not my fault y'all look for all y'all heroes online. It's not my fault, man. It's not my fault you ain't got no real G's in your family. It's not my fault that you never been on the block amongst real gangsters. So a lot of y'all looking for idols online, and it's not going to happen. You're going to keep getting disappointed. All right? It is what it is, man. And I don't care if you're mad at me neither, because I ain't mad at you. I'm just speaking. I'm keeping it real. Somebody got to stay solid. That's all I'm saying. Somebody. I'll take a shot for being solid. I don't care. That's me. Anyway, I'm out. I'm about to be out. I'm going to say salute to the chat first. The Juice Show, trending topics, you already know. No sugarcoat topic, should I say. No sugarcoat. She ain't going to play. She ain't going to bite her tongue. All right? Know that off the rip. Let me run through the chat. I'm going to get out of here. I ain't going to hold y'all too long today. I'm going to slide. 1090 Bory, that's the bro. Always holding me down, always pulling up. What up, brother? Real Life TV. What's good? That's right, bro. Hey, yo, that's right, Real Life TV. They never went outside. Because you got to understand that. Let me break that down real quick. When you've been outside for real, and you've been outside a whole lot, 24 hours, and you had to be on the block 6 in the morning to catch the fiends, and you had to stay out all night to get the last bag, when you really put in work on them streets, you already know it ain't about always being outside. It ain't about nothing to prove no more when you really been outside. You dig? When you done got shot at, meaning you done shot at people, you done got shot at, you done put in a lot of work, made a lot of money, smashed a lot of chicks, ran through a lot of situations, trap, you did, transport, put in a whole lot of work. You ain't got to be outside. You ain't got to prove you got to be out, because you already done been outside. And some people done been outside since teenagers. You did. But I know some of y'all still got something to prove. So you go outside. I ain't hating on you. Go outside. Whatever you got to do what you got to do. That's all I'm saying, man. But some of us, we've been outside a whole lot. We did all-nighters. We've been outside till the sun came up, all type of stuff. And now some of us, we like to chill. All right? That's all I'm saying. But I understand we live in a time where revenge of the nerds is going on too. So a lot of nerds and lames, they start to come outside now, but they're the same people that were scared to come outside back in the day. Or they was the same ones scared to come outside a couple of years ago. You get it? It's a pandemic now. Shut down. Safe. A little more quiet outside. The goons ain't on the street no more. You know the dudes, when you went to the store, they ran your pocket or smacked you in the back of the head or took your weed from you, took your sandwich. They ain't outside right now no more. So a lot of y'all can be outside. A lot of y'all can sit in front of the project bench now. A lot of y'all can play the hallway now because a lot of niggas locked up, they gone. So I understand why a lot of you outside now. For those who like to play the outside, I'm outside game. And this ain't no shot to my solid brothers. This ain't no shot to my bros. I'm talking about the ones y'all know damn well y'all lame. Y'all know damn well y'all scaredy cats. And you keep campaigning this outside stuff. You never sold a pack a day in your life. You never been strapped on no corner, never blew at nobody with that hammer, never in your life. You never even spit in nobody's face on the street. Y'all the main ones campaigning about you outside. Well, good for you. Congratulations. Anyway, I'm about to be out here. What up, D from the West Coast? ABGBK all day. Allah will. What up? Y'all already know what time it is. Pardon my ignorance. Mr. Tasha Jordan, how you doing today? Once again, my boy Diz, ENY style. He be knowing what's real. That's right. The For No Fame Mafia is in the building all over the place. Behind the scenes, everywhere. If you ain't about no clout, and you behind the scenes, you on Mafia time. So you already know we already linked up. We family. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's real simple. Rick Set, what up, Rick Set? Tiptoe, what up? Y'all slid up in here when I was cooking a little bit. All right, man. Episode 110. We making history. I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure I ain't miss nobody else. Every time I see this right here, make me laugh, man. CK the crying killer. Yo, man. Y'all be wilding out, man. I seen AT&T slide in here too. What up, AT&T? What's good? I guess that's it, man. Salute to the family. Salute to the chat, man. If you ain't catch this joint, go back to the beginning and get it. Y'all know it's some jewels sprinkled around. What's going on? Salute. Definitely, I appreciate that, Miss Marilyn. I appreciate that. Salute to everybody that promote me, that support me, and put people on. I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all don't understand how much I appreciate all of y'all. Like, real talk. Sometimes I be all over the place, but I really got love for a lot of people, and I respect a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Even though I talk crazy sometimes. Like I told you, I don't take none of y'all for granted. It is what it is. Other than that, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We done touched up on these topics, man. Once again, we making history, and I'm about to get up out of here, man. Y'all make sure y'all have a good day. Y'all keep your energy high. Don't be letting people get you mad and want to stab them up 140 times. You dig? Don't get that mad. Don't get mad. You want to be in your house breaking up stuff. Just chill out. And don't be letting too much of this nonsense work your nerves up. And don't watch too many stupid ass YouTubers. All right? Because they will make you start losing your marbles and you will become bipolar. All right? With that note, I'm up out of here. 1.